Hello children, and hello Chizzy. Welcome to another gentle bedtime story. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Chizzy Bedtime Folktales for more magical nighttime adventures. Now, snuggle in, close your eyes, and let's drift into tonight's story. Once upon a quiet night in the peaceful village of Yumwama, the sky looked different, much darker than usual. Why? Because the moon had lost its glow. Animals in the forest whispered to one another, their voices rustling like leaves in the wind. The night feels strange, one said. Another replied, the light is gone. What will guide us home? They all huddled together, a little scared of the deep, inky darkness that had fallen over their world. In a small, cozy hut at the very edge of the village lived a bright, curious little girl named Chizzy. She loved the moon more than anything. Every single night, without fail, she would go to her window, wave at the big, glowing orb in the sky, smile her biggest smile, and say, "Good night, my glowing friend." It was her favorite part of the day. But tonight, when she looked up, her heart skipped a beat. The sky was empty. There was just a vast, black blanket with no friendly, shining face to greet her. Chizzy gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. Where is the moon? Something must be wrong. She couldn't just stay in her hut and do nothing. Her friend was missing. Without a moment's hesitation, she picked up her tiny lantern, its small flame flickering bravely, and stepped out into the dark forest. The forest was quiet to quiet. Usually, it was filled with the soft chirps of crickets and the gentle rustle of animals. But tonight, an eerie silence hung in the air. Chizzy held her lantern high, its warm light casting long, dancing shadows around her. She wasn't scared. She was determined. She had to find the moon. As she walked deeper into the woods, she heard a soft hoo-hoo. Perched on a high branch was Ola the owl, his large, wise eyes blinking slowly. "Chizzy," he said in a low, gentle voice, "what brings you into the forest on such a dark night?" "Ola, have you seen the moon?" Chizzy asked, her voice full of worry. "It's gone." Ola blinked again and nodded his head. "The moon is hiding, little one. It has gone behind the mountain of echoes. It feels sad. Its beautiful glow is fading away." "Sad?" Chizzy asked, her brow furrowed in confusion. "Why would the moon be sad? It's the most wonderful thing in the sky." Ola hooted softly, a sound that was both sad and wise, because people have forgotten to appreciate its light. They are so busy with their own lives that they no longer look up to admire it, to say thank you for its gentle guidance through the night. It feels invisible. Chizzy felt a warm flutter in her heart, a mix of sadness for the moon and a strong desire to help. "That's not right," she declared. "I will remind the moon how special it is. I will tell it that I see it, and that I love it." Ola smiled a wise owl smile. "Your heart is good and true, Chizzy. Follow the winding path. It will lead you to the mountain." So she continued her journey, her little lantern lighting the way. Soon, she heard a playful chatter from the trees above. Swinging from branch to branch with incredible speed was Mira the monkey. "Chizzy," Mira called down, hanging upside down from a vine. "Where are you going in such a hurry?" "I'm going to the mountain of echoes to find the moon," Chizzy replied, looking up at her acrobatic friend. Mira's playful expression turned a little more serious. The path ahead is steep and rocky, she warned. It's not an easy climb, but, she added with a grin, your heart is brave, and your spirit is strong. I know you can do it. Go on, Chizzy smiled, feeling encouraged by her friends. Thank you, Mira, she called out, and with renewed energy, she kept walking, her small feet moving steadily forward. Finally, after what felt like a very long time, Chizzy reached the foot of the great mountain of echoes. It was tall and majestic, its peak disappearing into the dark clouds. She took a deep breath and began to climb. It was hard, just as Mira had said. The rocks were slippery and the wind whistled around her, but she thought of the sad moon and kept going, step by step. At the very top, hidden behind a curtain of silvery clouds, she saw it. There was a moon, dim, pale, and quiet. It looked so lonely, its light barely a flicker. Chizzy approached softly. Moon, she whispered, her voice gentle so as not to startle it. Why are you hiding? Why have you lost your glow? The moon stirred, and a voice like the softest, most delicate chime trembled in the air. I shine every night. I have for as long as I can remember. Yet no one looks up anymore. No one whispers thank you. No one seems to notice if I am here or not. I feel forgotten. A single, shimmering tear trickled down its pale face. Chizzy's heart ached. She stepped forward, holding her lantern out as if to share its small light. But I see you, she said earnestly. Every night, I look out my window and I say goodnight to you. And I'm sure many others do too. Maybe they just forget to say it out loud. She continued, her voice filled with warmth. You help lost travelers find their way home. You make the rivers and oceans dance. You keep the night beautiful and peaceful. You make the world feel calm and safe while everyone is asleep. You are so important. As she spoke, the moon began to glow a tiny bit. A soft, pearly light began to push back the darkness. Chizzy smiled and said softly, You're never forgotten. And even when we don't say it out loud, we are grateful. I am grateful for you. With those words, the moon shimmered brightly. A warm, beautiful light washed over the mountain top, filling the entire sky. The darkness retreated, and the world was bathed in a gentle, silver radiance. Thank you, Chizzy, the moon said, its voice now strong and full of light. You reminded me that even one person's appreciation is enough. You restored my glow. As Chizzy walked back down the mountain and through the forest to her village, the bright moonlight led the path like a silver river. It was so easy to see the way now. Animals peeked out from their burrows and nests, whispering excitedly to each other. It's bright again, one exclaimed. The beautiful glow is back. Another chirped happily. Chizzy looked up at her friend in the sky and smiled proudly. She had helped bring back the light. From that night on, the moon never lost its glow again, because it knew that somewhere down below, a little girl named Chizzy was watching, and she cared. And it knew that many others cared too, even if they sometimes forgot to show it. And that, dear children and dear Chizzy, is the end of tonight's bedtime story. Remember, even the brightest lights and the strongest hearts sometimes need a little appreciation to help them shine. A small word of thanks can make a big difference. Don't forget to subscribe to Chizzy Bedtime Folktales for more magical stories just like this one. Good night. Sleep well. And may your dreams glow as bright as the moon.